to my channel, blahscrystalsale Taurus Tarot. If you're new to my channel, Taurus, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't leave my channel without subscribing. Make sure to like this video, Taurus, if it does resonate with you in any type of way, and or comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Take the reading, Taurus, as it resonates with you. It will resonate differently for everyone. And Taurus, if you don't like my shit, get out my shit, okay? Any other information that I do not state as of now will be down below in the description box. Yeah. I'm just waiting for some of y'all to come up in here. This is your You're Just Getting Started reading, which I believe that's what I put on the thumbnail. The beginning. So there will be 3 parts to this. Now I probably won't do it back to back. Girl Magic, hello, good evening. I probably won't do it back to back like I typically would. You probably won't see the next one until maybe a week from now, 2 weeks from now, who knows, but you'll see the next one. So there is the beginning, the middle, and the end. Just read the thumbnail. I need this pimple to go the fuck away. Anyway. Yes, we are present. We are here. I am here. At least. So we are going to see how this goes. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and begin. So what is the subject at hand that Spirit wants to touch on for you, Taurus? Good evening, y'alls. Brown eyes. Sorry. Miss Elite, good evening. And once again, if you see hair under my arm, mind your business. I don't know what the fuck my razor is. And I'm not buying a new one because they be expensive. Like, I don't get the cheap shit. I get, like, the expensive stuff. You know, the $20 ones. That's expensive for a razor. You got to refill it. I got refills, but I don't know what the fuck that razor is. I thought I had 2 of them, but I think I threw one out. So, like I said, if you see stuff, mind your business. Get this motherfucker breathing and stay out my hair. Okay? But, either way. So, what is the subject at hand that Spirit wants to touch on? Okay. You have surrender. Spirit, what is the subject that you want to touch on when it comes to Taurus? You have return. And you have inner child. Make sure to like the video, please, and thank you. Love y'all. Vibrations at the bottom of the deck. You have the Ace of Swords. There's something that I feel like it's not necessarily that you're meant to learn it. There's something that you need to experience, right? Damn it. There's something that you need to experience, Taurus. You have the Knight of Wands. It keeps coming back. It keeps circling back. So it almost appears like a lesson, but I don't feel like it's a lesson. It's just something that you need to experience, but you keep bypassing it. So it almost feels like a lesson. Like, why does this keep showing up? Why does this keep reappearing? Like, why does this keep happening? You have to experience it. And I feel like you won't allow yourself to be in that moment. I feel like this experience triggers you. So it makes you kind of step back from it or run away from it. Something your inner child needs. But I feel like you have to experience it. Whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, you can't run away from it. You have to experience it. But it comes back as a lesson because I feel like it's something that you don't necessarily want to happen because you're trying to protect yourself. You have the Six of Wands. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you've done this many, many times. But Spirit is saying, but you're not victorious. It's like you don't let yourself get to the finish line. You don't let yourself, it's like you just keep starting. You stay at the starting. How long have you been at this motherfucking starting line? Now you gotta figure out what the fuck this is. Maybe you figure it out somewhere within this reading. But how long have you been at the starting line is what I'm getting, or what I'm hearing, or whatever the fuck it is, okay? How long have you been at the starting line? Because I feel like you keep coming back to it. You keep coming back to it. So this Mercury retrograde more than likely is going to come back around again. It's something you need to allow yourself to experience. It's not a lesson, right? It's not something that's meant to be harsh on you, but it comes off harsh the more you basically don't deal with it or run away from it or whatnot. But you have to experience it. In order for you to have the victory that you're trying to obtain, in order for you to have the manifestation that you're trying to obtain, as big as you're trying to obtain, Spirit is saying first you have to experience this. You have to allow yourself to simply experience this. Now, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about yet, so you gotta give me a moment. Look at that. Look at that. See, hold on. Two perspectives. Your higher self, or let's say your future self, and your younger self, right? I feel like this is something that you were meant to experience from childhood, but based off of your conditions or your conditioning or your structure growing up, you did not get to comfortably experience this, right? So, hold on. For example, money. You were meant to, hold the fuck on. Too many things. You were meant to, I don't want to forget this part. You were meant, something about your future self. Somebody remember that. I said, money. Hold on. Money. If you are trying to constantly manifest money, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, love, money, but let me give the example of money. You're constantly trying to manifest money, but feeling like you're not getting enough, you're not having it, or whatever. You were meant to live that life. You were meant to experience that when you were younger. You were meant to experience what it felt like to have money or to be taken care of or whatnot. Pay attention to your love language. Pay attention to your love language, whether it's the number one or the top two or whatever. Pay attention to the order that your love language is going. If you have not done the love language test, go do the motherfucking shit, okay? Find the one, I think it's like I forgot what it's called, but that love language test, just go fucking do it. Pay attention to your love languages. It'll tell you what you're meant to experience, okay? Because what they say, your love language, don't lose me here. Your love language, you typically, the negative side of your love language is the opposite, basically. So, for instance, for me, my love language is number one, quality time, and then number two, is gifts. So the negative side of quality time is I detach, right? I love quality time, but I spend a lot of time by myself. I, will ghost people like no tomorrow. I will block people, right? The negative quality. And then the gift giving. It's harder for me to receive, but I will give, right? I kind of put a stop to that, though, because they got me fucked up. But it's like Spirit saying, you were meant to experience this when you were younger, but you did not get to experience it. And you've been needing to experience it. You have to experience it in order for that big dream that you have to come true, right? So in order for, let's say, love to really come through, you have to experience what you are protecting yourself from. Fear of being rejected or fear of not having enough. You have to experience it first. Now, that inner child, I feel like this is your younger self. This is your future self. You see how, like, pay attention. The sun and the sun, like, you see how they're both in the same fucking direction? You can't make it up. But you see, you're still longing for it, right? That's why you're still at the beginning with the same thing and still wondering when this manifestation is going to show up, when this money is going to show up. When are you going to have to stop going paycheck to paycheck? When are you going to stop having to question when money is going to arrive? When are you going to have to stop questioning if somebody really loves you? When are you going to stop questioning? Good evening, y'all. Stop questioning When somebody is meant for you, like, why is it every time you get in a relationship, somebody ends up hurting you? Why is it every time you get in a relationship, somebody ends up cheating or whatever the fuck else it is? Or whatever the fuck exists, okay? Whatever you are doing, basically. But I feel like Spirit's telling you, you have to experience it. Like, you won't allow yourself to experience having, and you won't allow yourself to experience not having. It's either or it's both, okay? So, for example, quality time is my love language, but I won't allow myself to experience quality time. Because if you start to get attached to me, I start to distance myself. I won't allow myself to experience quality time. I won't allow myself to experience having someone around for a long period of time. But yet, let's just say, if I'm trying to manifest love like Spirit, when is my person going to show up, right? When is my person going to be here? I've met so many people, but not one of them will I allow myself to get attached to. So when is my person showing up? When I fucking choose who my person's gonna be, right? But the quality time can also go into money. Spirit. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Um, when am I gonna have, let's just say money. Like, I don't fucking know. This one's a little difficult. But when am I gonna have money or whatnot? But if I won't spend quality time within the enjoyment of money, then nope, let's just go back to the gift receiving. Because fuck the quality time. I can only see that with love, but it can go with other things. But the the gift giving, right? I will give, but I won't allow myself to receive, right? So, Spirit, when am I gonna get this money? When is life gonna get easier? Why don't I have the money to buy this or buy that or whatnot, right? But then Spirit's like, you won't allow yourself to experience the enjoyment of being taken care of. You won't allow yourself to experience the enjoyment of money, right? Or whichever way it goes, acts of service, or y'all can put in the comments what the negative qualities are. The, like, acts of service being, what's the negative quality of acts of service? That is not one of my. I don't give a fuck what you do. Okay, just do it. But either way, what is it? Gift giving, quality time, acts of service. It's 5 of them, right? Or 6. Acts of service, words of affirmation. That's it. Acts of service is being selfish. Okay, words of affirmation would be, I forgot. But either way it goes, Spirit's basically telling you, you won't allow yourself to experience it. You have justice at the bottom of the deck. You won't allow yourself to, oh shoot, I'm not done. You won't allow yourself to experience it. Reason being why you keep starting over. Physical touch. Ooh. When I tell y'all that is my least, like, the bottom tier. I hate being touched. Which is why quality time, I would rather detach, because when you spend time, people start touching. And bitch, don't touch me. I hate it with a passion. My anxiety goes through the roof. I think I had like 3% physical touch on my little test. 3%. And I understand it. It should have been less. But hey, at least I got a 3. You have the Ace of Wands. And you got Death at the bottom of the deck. Right? So something died within you a long time ago. Okay, cool. Something died within you a long time ago. And basically that's what Spirit wants to bring up to you, right? Something died within you a long time ago. So with my number 1 being quality time, whatever your number 1 may be, but I need my example. So with my number 1 being quality time, what does that say? It died a long time ago because I wasn't giving the proper time, right? Whether it was my mother who didn't spend the right amount of time with me, my father didn't give me the attention, whoever I was longing for, it did not give me that attention, so I never got to experience it. And Spirit is saying, basically, you're going your whole life not experiencing it, And you don't realize how it's actually affecting not one, not two, not three, but every fucking thing that you do in life, right? Everything you do in life. Everything you do in life. Imagine this, or think about this. Quality time doesn't have to just be with the relationship, but quality time also deals with jobs, right? You got to spend time at jobs. Look at me. I quit every fucking job. Okay? Now, this one is a little longer than it is, but I still run away from this bullshit too. But before I started this, I quit every job. I didn't spend a lot of time there. I was just always in and out, in and out, in and out. As soon as I got attachments, I would just bounce. As soon as I felt like I was too open, I would bounce, right? I would give a lot of my time, even though I may have been there for a short period of time. I would give a lot of my time, right? So kind of go into the giving part here. I would give a lot of my time, but I would not receive the amount of money that I needed for the dedication that I would give, right? Either way it goes, don't lose me here. Spirit is saying you need to experience what you need to experience. So think about, if you have not taken that test, go fucking take the test. It's free online. If they say you gotta pay, click your ass the fuck up out of there and go find a free one, because I don't know why the fuck you about to pay more on this for something that you could do for free. Okay? They trying to bamboozle your ass. So find the free one and figure out your damn love languages. And there's even a love language book. You know, you could probably get it on Audible. Or you could buy it from Amazon or something, or the bookstore or something. I'm fucking out. But either way, there's something that you need to experience. So look at your love languages. There's something that you need to experience that's blocking you from getting what it is that you are trying to manifest. This is why you keep coming back to the beginning. Okay? Whether that's with money, a relationship, your family, whatever it is. Okay? You keep coming back to the beginning because Spirit is saying you will not allow yourself to experience it because you are still trying to protect yourself. So therefore, you are holding back your own success. Literally. Okay, that's what the fuck they said. Now let's motherfucker on because we've been here too long. So, how did you get here? And I said there will be 3 parts. I probably won't do them back to back though. So this is the beginning, there will be the middle, and there will be the end. Okay? You just look out for the videos. It'll literally say, this one says the beginning on the thumbnail, the next one will say the middle, and the last one will say the end. Okay? Either way. Damn. Well, this makes sense. How did you get here? Good evening. You got anger. That's how you got here. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. How you got here is you was pissed off. You did not receive it, okay? You did not get what you desired. And you set yourself up for failure, basically. Okay, nobody else to blame. You did it. You didn't receive it. And you carried the grudge, basically. Damn near. Let's just call it what it is. You carried that grudge. Okay, you found a way to protect yourself, but you carried that grudge. You have the Queen of Cups. You carried those wounds, right? When you can't receive money, like when your money's not right, you have a horrible relationship with money, right? When money is flowing, you understand how money operates. You love money. Money flows to you easily, very easily. But when money is kind of stagnant or delayed, your relationship with money is not that great, okay? When people admire you, love you, they always notice you, they compliment you, whatever else it is, you have a great relationship when it comes to self-love, right? It happens easily. But when you feel like everybody is ignoring you, nobody notices you, whatever else it is, you have a horrible relationship with yourself, okay? And so forth, whatever other examples. You got the Queen of Swords. You got the Page of Cups. It's that feminine energy. We're not even talking about the masculine energy. We're talking about the feminine energy, right? The masculine energy is really going to be used really to get shit done, right? You're going to push that shit out. You're going to get it done, right? That's that energy that you need right there. That feminine energy is going to, have that open invitation. I can invite you into of course I'm going to protect myself, but it's more of a, come to me type thing. I attract, I don't chase, right? It's that feminine fucking energy that's fucked up. I don't, what is it again? I attract, I don't chase. You have been chasing something that you've been desiring, but not really desiring, right? You want it, but you really don't want it because you're still protecting yourself. So you want it, but you won't allow yourself to experience it because you are protecting yourself. So therefore, a lot of you have been chasing it, or if you're not chasing it, then you just haven't really desired it. It's like you're asking for something that you really don't want, is what Spirit is saying. You're asking for something that you really don't want. I don't care what's coming out of your mouth. I don't care what's within your prayers. You really don't want it because Spirit is saying you can't accept it. You haven't accepted it. You got the Empress, Six of Pentacles. Look at you. You haven't really accepted it. Just block it. And the Two of Cups here. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. What is with the built frustration? It's time you let it go, Taurus. It's time that you let it go. Whoever you keep blaming for not giving you what you needed, it's time that you let it go. Because some of y'all still hooked on the fact that your mama didn't do this, your daddy didn't do this, your grandmama didn't do this, whatever else it is, and you still want to put the blame on somebody but yourself. But yourself. At your big age, at this point, Taurus, you gotta let it go. Because you are blocking yourself. You are the only person blocking yourself. Right? What's done is done. And you're the only person blocking yourself. You are angry for what reason? This is just hypothetical. Not hypothetical, but what's the word? Damn it, I forgot it. Answer it your damn self. Okay, it's not hypothetical, but it's metamorphosis. What's the damn word? Rhetorical. Whichever the word is where you ain't got to answer. You just need to think about it. But I think it's rhetorical. But that could be the wrong word. But either way, you got to think about it. Who do you keep blaming? Rhetorical? Okay, thank you. Look at me. You gotta think about it. Like, who do you keep blaming? What do you keep blaming? Because the more you sit in that energy, the more you will not allow yourself to experience it, so it will not come to you. It's harder to come to you because you're still sitting in that energy, right? So I can sit here, literally, I don't sit in the energy, but I just need this as an example. But I can sit here and be like, Spirit, why has my person not shown up? Why? Right? But I don't know if my person showed up. You know how many people end up meeting the love of their life, meeting their husband and wife, never knowing that that's their husband or wife. Years later, meeting that person again and ending up marrying that person, and it's the love of their life, right? Because in that moment, they had not experienced what they needed to experience to be able to see or connect to that person, right? To be able to see that that was their husband or wife. To experience what was needed to experience. Is hot. I need to turn that AC back on. But they did not get to experience that, right? Damn it. I got distracted. Give me a second. So basically they will be like you, right? Back to my example. So basically they would be in the position where, because I did not receive the quality time that I needed, now I, avoid the quality time that I can get. So if I'm sitting here asking for love, then it would go into, hold on, don't lose me. It will go into, well, I won't allow myself to experience love. So I'm asking for it, but do I really want it? I can't. Not acting like that, not detaching. So let's go into the gift giving, right? The love language of gift giving. You want more money, but you're not able to receive. You won't take the $2 that somebody was trying to give you, right? And if you do take it, how do you feel when you take it? How do you feel when you take it? You know, do you feel like you owe that back? Do you feel like you owe that person? Or do you feel like the universe just blessed you? Thank you. Okay. I'll do my good deed when I need to, but I'm not going to always give just because somebody gave to me. The thank you suffice, right? The thank you is good enough. I don't always have to give because somebody gave to me. I can accept the fact that I'm deserving, right? I'm loved. I'm deserving of these gifts, of this money, you know. So if you are having the issue with money, Spirit is saying because you haven't really experienced receiving the way that you need to. And you can say, well, you know, I let people give to me all the time, but I still have an issue with money, right? And Spirit goes into, once again, well, how do you feel when you receive? How do you feel when you receive? Do you always feel like you have to give back? Do you always feel like you can't take it, or they're going to want something from you, right? I don't give a damn what somebody feels like they going to want from me. I'm going to take what I need to take, right? But either way, at least now, because, you know, I done got over that. That whole giving too much bullshit is for the birds. Kiss my motherfucking ass. But either way, yeah. So that's how you got here, basically. Spirit is saying because you were frustrated or still holding a grudge of something that you did not receive, so therefore you have blocked it time and time again, because I told you this isn't new to you. This is something that came up again and again and again. And you more than likely look at it as a lesson, and it's not a lesson. It's not a lesson. Spirit is just saying you have to experience it. You have to accept it also in order for you to call in what you actually desire. It's not really, it's damn near delayed, basically, but it's delayed because of you, right? And the quicker you can get to the bottom of why this motherfucker is delayed, the quicker you will receive what you are asking for. And that's why your ass keep coming back to the damn beginning. Either way, so why is this continuing to occur? Why the fuck do we keep... I need to change these damn questions. Why is this continuing to occur for Taurus? You really can't make it up. You got privileged lady. You see how high and mighty she is? This is somebody who gets all the quality time, who gets all the gifts, right? And is able to receive, okay, or to give. This is the person that knows the words of affirmation. She gives them to herself, right? She allows people to do acts of service. Good afternoon or evening. Acts of service for her down to that damn physical touch bullshit. Okay. Privileged lady, privileged man, whatever you want to fucking be, right? But why does this continue to occur is because Spirit is saying you won't put yourself in this energy. Why don't you feel deserving of it, Taurus? Why don't you feel deserving of it? You really need to sit down, especially in this Mercury retrograde. Sit your ass down, because don't do a lot in this damn shit. But why don't you need to think about why you feel that you're not deserving of it? Write it down if you have to. And if you're a person like me who don't like writing shit down, you just do muscle memory and forget everything that you even thought about, then you need to keep going over that over and over and over again until you can start to get down to the bottom of why do you feel like you're not deserving? Why do you feel like you're not deserving? You got the 5 of Wands. Don't forget to like the video, please. Thank you, love y'all. You got Judgment. And you got the 4 of Pentacles. It's so old, Taurus. It's so old. It's so old. But you still holding on. Once again, you still holding on to it. Somebody made a decision for you and you made it final. Somebody made a decision for you and you made it final. Somebody spoke something over your life, made a decision over your life for you, and you made it final. And it was never final because you never made that decision. They did. You just made it final, right? Words of affirmation or whatever. Somebody spoke something over your life and you made it final. right? Because that was your love language. You made it final, right? Somebody didn't have enough money, right? Somebody in your family didn't have enough money. Maybe when you growing up, you grew up poor, and you made it final for yourself, right? Um, Somebody didn't spend enough time with you, and you made it final. Nobody loves me. Nobody's ever gonna want to be with me. You made it final. That's what Spirit's saying. So this is why it keeps occurring. You made it final. They made a decision based off of their life or whatever they were going through, and you made it final. You made it official that, my life is never going to be much more than this, much more than what it is. I may be able to squeeze in a little bit of manifestations here and there and get a little bit, but I'm never going to be able to amount to as much as I desire because I wasn't set up that way, right? I didn't have the silver spoon. So I'm never going to be able to do it. If we really want to be honest, I could sit here and say I've made more money than my father probably has ever made, really, and not ever made at once, like in a year, okay, in his life, or my mother or whatever, right? I didn't sit here and be like, oh, well, because we didn't have this, that, and the third, I didn't have this, that, and the third, I'll never make more money, right? You can sit here and say, some of y'all could literally sit here and say, you've made more than your mother or father did in a year during their time growing up or whatever. Or you can sit here and say, I loved more than my mother and father has ever did in their life, right? So there's certain things that you can say that you did more than, whoever you looked up to has ever done in a year or ever in their life, right? Damn it, hold on. Damn it, hold on. But what about the parts you're blocking? What about the parts you're blocking? So I may not be blocking money, but I'm blocking something, right? But Spirit is saying it's not just going to affect one area. It's going to affect them all. Them all. So if you're blocking yourself with love, you're going to block yourself with money. You're going to block yourself with the friendships. You're going to block yourself with relationships. You're going to block yourself with your dreams, right? It's going to be hard for you to love your dreams. Okay? It's going to be hard for you to love the money that's coming your way. It's going to be hard for you. So, if you're blocking yourself in one area, Spirit's saying it's going to block the rest. You don't see it that way. Or you may not see it that way, but it's time that you see it that way. There's something within you that you're holding on to that somebody made a decision for, and you made it. Good evening, y'alls. You got the Three of Cups. This is where I feel like Spirit's like, it keeps occurring because you won't fight for it. You won't fight for it. You won't fight for you. You didn't have anybody to stand up for you. Okay, that little young child that was feeling left out or whatever, however, did not have enough or whatnot. You didn't have anybody to stand up for you. You didn't have anybody to advocate for you. We just talked about that earlier. You didn't have anybody to advocate for you. So now you won't stand up for you, right? You gotten conditioned. You just stay where you are because you didn't have to do what it is that you desire, right? Or to give you what it is that you need. And you kept that mentality. Whether you don't have enough or you have too much, right? Because it can go in the same way of my workaholics, right? Why do you work so much? You don't live life. You don't enjoy life. You just work. Why do you work so much? What are you running away from? Don't tell me you're not running away from nothing. Don't tell me, oh, I just love money. Because that's not it. That's not it. Why do you work so much? Okay, why do you work so much? Because at the end of the day, remember, you're the one hurting, right? So think of it this way. You want love. You find somebody good that's willing to love you, but you're going to become a workaholic. You're a workaholic, right? So therefore, since you're a workaholic because you haven't dealt with what needed to be dealt with, you're missing out on somebody. And this somebody loves themselves, right? They worked on what they need to work on. They going to end up leaving, right? And you're going to be like, oh, well, they didn't understand me. I needed to work or whatever. So it's all about the money, right? So you work yourself to death until the day that you fucking die, basically. And then on your deathbed, you remember, just listen. On your deathbed, all you can think about is, I wish I would have loved, right? I wish I would have enjoyed my life. You made money, made money, made money, made money, made money. Cool. But you never really got to enjoy it because you were just killing yourself, working yourself to the bone, and you didn't have a family. You didn't have those children that you wanted to have, whether you had them by birth or adoption or whatever. Basically, right now, Spirit is saying your life, you want more for yourself. You want more for yourself, but you're not letting yourself have it. So you are that person that's on that deathbed, but you're not really on that deathbed. I just need a hypothetical type of stuff, situation, or whatever. Anyway, you're that person on that deathbed basically right now, where the direction, trajectory, where your life is going, where you're going to think back, why did I not love, right? Why did I not allow myself to receive? Why did I not allow people to speak life into me? Or why did I not speak life into myself? Why did I not love myself enough? Right? That's where you are right now. The Spirit's saying you don't have to be there. You don't have to be there. Because whoever conditioned you to believe this, that's what they were thinking. They didn't have any other way to think but that way. And it's more than likely somebody that you were in close proximity with or you were raised by. They were the adult. You were the child, right? They didn't have any other way to think but that fucking way. You were conditioned to believe and think, well, same thing, the way that, or see life the way that they saw it through their lens, right? You saw life through their lens going. And Spirit is saying, so when are you going to hop off this train? When is enough enough? When are you going to allow yourself to fully have what you have or what you desire, right? So I can sit here and say, my love language, my first love language is good evening, y'all. Quality time. My mother's love language is more than likely gift giving. Her number one is more than likely gift giving. Okay, or receiving, or whatever the gift shit is called. That's her number one. That's my number two, right? But I always thought my number one was gifts. I always thought it was number one, literally. But I can see why it's quality time. But the way that she receives, I picked up those habits, but I also realized that may not be necessarily what I want, right? So don't lose me here. I really need this example, but don't lose me. So you know how I'm always screaming out, it's all about the money, because it really is all about the money. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Don't fuck with my stability. I cannot do that. Right? But the difference is not going to happen. Right? But the difference here is if I follow in her footsteps, I will miss out on love. Right? Because my number one is what? Quality time. It's not gifts. Right? Gifts is an addition. I need the stability, but it's not all about the money. So it's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. But I will overlook, the fact that I need the quality time. Don't lose me. Just watch it, read it back if you have to. I will overlook the fact that I need the quality time because I'm in the gift receiving mode, right? But who did I learn that from? My mother. Who did I learn that from? My father, right? Growing up, I was very much spoiled. So don't lose me. I need these examples. So I can only talk about myself. So either way, growing up, I was very much spoiled. My father spoiled me. My mother didn't spoil me as much, honestly. But I watched her receive, right? So I watched my mother receive. I watched my father give, right? To the point that I picked up both characteristics, but I kind of leaned over more towards my father, the masculine side, where give, right? So now my whole life, I'm growing up and I'm giving, and I'm people pleasing. So what ends up happening? I can't receive, right? I don't know how to receive. My father, yes, he gives to me, but I don't know how to receive from anyone else. Don't lose me. Hold on, because I kind of lost my place right there. Yeah, I don't know how to receive from anyone else because I've learned how to just give, right? I didn't pick up the characteristics too much from my mother about receiving. Um, so I have an imbalance there. So hold on, I gotta stop looking at your comments. Um, so hold on, just hold on. I made the final decision over my life throughout the years not to receive, right? And look how much that hindered me. You may not know, but it hindered me because I made the decision because my father made his decision that he was going to give, right? He was going to lead with his money. I made that decision that I was going to lead with my money, right? I was going to give. Even if it killed me, I was going to give my last dime to undeserving, unworthy motherfucking people, right? It did not matter. Even if it put me in a bind, I did not give a fuck. I was going to give it because they needed it. I had to help. I had to help. So to condition me to make the final decision over my life to be exactly like him. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And that's what Spirit's saying to you. You allow somebody to make the final decision over your life, and it doesn't work that way. You're not the same, right? You're not the same. Because I didn't see what happened with the gift giving. I didn't see him receiving also. I didn't see my mother giving, right? We miss certain aspects. We see what we want to see, right? We pick up the lenses. We see through the eyes of them, right? Whoever. We see through the eyes of them, but we only see so much. So let's just say I saw 25% of what my mother did with that. I saw 25% of what my father did with that. I missed the rest. I missed the rest. I didn't know that you shouldn't just be giving, 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 right? You have to receive. Or I didn't realize you have to whatever the fuck else. I don't fucking know. But it's like you missed important pieces, right? You missed important pieces. You saw what you saw and you took that and you made it your own beliefs, basically. But they weren't the right beliefs. And that's why Spirit is saying you keep experiencing the highest quality. You're experiencing the highest quality, but through the eyes of someone else and not your own. Privileged lady. The highest quality of life that you believe is the highest quality of life for you. But you want more, right? So some of you guys want to be millionaires, but you feel you're asking to be a millionaire, but you feel like the highest quality of life for you is what you have right now. What you have right now. You really don't believe that you're going to become a millionaire because you believe the highest quality of life that you're going to have is what you have right now. Or you may get a little bit more. I desire to have that. I desire to win the lottery or whatever, but I really don't believe that I'm going to win because I feel like what I got right now is probably the best that I'm going to do. I may be able to make an extra $2,000, but I'm probably not really going to receive much more. Okay? Highest quality of love I'm going to receive is based off my looks, based off what society has said I can receive. Right? I watched a video on the TikTok the other day, and I was taken back and a little upset by it, but I can't do nothing about it. But these girls were sitting at a table and they were rating themselves, right? And there was a guy sitting there. Oh, just pissed me the fuck off. But either way, he was like, what do you rate yourself or whatever? I hate the motherfucking podcast shows, but it is what it is. They gotta help themselves, okay? But the girl was like, oh, I rate myself like a 7. And the other girl was like a 6.5 or something. I can't remember exactly what they said. But the last girl was like a 0. Now, why she exactly said that, whether she really believed it or she wanted somebody to say something, I don't fucking know. Nor do I fucking care, okay? I kind of clicked out of there after that because I just don't give a fuck, okay? But she rated herself a 0. And why, okay? In my book, I'm a motherfucking 10. I don't give a fuck what society says they like, whether they like black skin or they don't like black skin. My mole or, my little craziness or whatever. I want to call it quirkiness, but it's probably not like a quirky thing. It's probably just crazy. But my little craziness or whatever else it is, I'm a 10. So if anybody ever asks me to rate myself, I'm a motherfucking 10. I don't give a fuck if you side-eye me, you look me up and down or whatever else it is, I'm a fucking 10. I will never be anything less than. What is the highest that I can go? Because that's what the fuck I am. Okay, I don't care. Hair done, hair not done. Okay, feeling good, feeling not good. I am a fucking 10. That is what the fuck I am. But you have to think about it. Why did those ladies end up rating themselves that? Because they were going off of society. So their limitation is I can only receive a 6.5. Whoever said a 6.5, I can only receive somebody that's within the 6.5 category, right? Somebody who rated themselves a 7, I can only receive somebody that's within the 7 category. I can't receive a 10, right? Because if I receive a 10, if I rate myself a 6.5 and I receive somebody that I deem to be a 10, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to get out of my love language. I'm going to get out. I'm going to overdo my love language because I, self-love, problem with it, right? Because I deem myself unworthy, right? Because of the limitations that have been placed on me or that I have placed on myself. I'm going to deem myself unworthy, so therefore I'm going to do the most to keep you. I'm going to do the most for you because I don't feel worthy of you because what did I just do to myself? I deemed myself unworthy. So this doesn't just go for love, but you're giving yourself a 6.5, but Spirit is saying that 6.5 goes all around, not just in one location. It doesn't just happen for love. It doesn't just apply to love. It applies to your money. You giving yourself a 6.5 with love, anything that comes in that's a 10, you're not going to feel worthy of it. You giving yourself a 6.5, when money comes your way, you're going to feel undeserving of it. I don't look good enough for that. I don't feel good enough for that money. Why me? Right? I can't take this. Oh, I could never win that. I'm only at 6.5, right? So when them competitions come around where they're like, oh yeah, you could win $100,000 to model in this fashion show, you're gonna be like, well, I'm only at 6.5, right? They're probably gonna, like, the judges are gonna rate me and I'm probably not gonna get that high because I'm not that beautiful. So you're gonna limit yourself on how much money you could make, right? See what I mean? Don't lose me here. You're gonna limit yourself on how much money you can make because you don't feel worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it keeps fucking occurring. What have you rated yourself? Okay? What is that final decision that you have allowed somebody to make over your life? What viewpoint, what perspective whose eyes are you still looking through? How long have you been on this? Damn it. Damn. You got the Hierophant? Oh, hell no. And you got the Page of Cups. Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Whose lenses are you still looking from? Okay? What perspective are you still gauging your life off of? Who? Think about the person that you were probably the closest to. The one you looked up to when you were younger. That's the perspective. That's the perspective. Whether it was a healthy way or it was an unhealthy way, but for you, it's going to be unhealthy either way because it wasn't your way. It wasn't created for you. That was their path. You were just supposed to be brought up, right? And you were supposed to find your voice. You were supposed to find your path. You were supposed to find what works for you. That's their family. Yeah, you were brought up in that family, but that's your mama's husband. That's your daddy's husband or girlfriend or whatever. That's their relationships, not yours. But yet you carried on how they treated their relationships into yours, or how they treated their money into yours. They always complained about not having money and you started complaining you don't have money, right? They always overworked and you felt like, oh, I have to overwork. They never enjoyed life and you felt like, oh, I can't join life. Where you feel like, oh, well, I don't need to spend time with people. I don't have to get to know these people, right? So I feel like this is occurring because you have false beliefs that still set up. Then they were never meant to be for you. That was their family. How your whoever raised you, how they lived their life was how they lived their life, not how you were meant to live your life. You were meant to grow up and do what? Create your own family. Have your own financial, stability. However much money that is. Their money wasn't based off of how much money you could make in a lifetime. Their love life wasn't based off of how you should love, right? But you'll see a lot of men and women, but I'm going to speak on the men for a minute. You'll see a lot of men that, because You'll see a lot of black men, and I'm gonna say what the fuck I'm gonna say. And I don't give a fuck who don't like it. You'll see a lot of black men who will sit there and they will downplay black women, right? Because they watched their black mother. And I'm gonna say that again. They watched a black mother, okay? Black mother live a certain way or whatever. So now they deem black women to be unworthy. They deem black women to be angry. Just listen to me, even if you're not black, just listen up. You need a fucking example. They deem us to be unworthy or angry or whatever else it is because the perspective that they received from their mother. So now every motherfucking black woman on this planet is deemed to be unworthy because that's how that black mother, their black mother that they came out their vagina with, made them feel, right? So now every black woman on this earth has to be whatever the fuck they are, right? And therefore we are not protected, and therefore everybody and their mama can say anything against us. Not every black man, okay? Majority of them bitches. But that's why everybody and their mama could basically, don't lose me here. That's why everybody and their mama on this planet, basically, if they have something negative to say about us, can say whatever the fuck they gotta say. Because we're not protected. But if you look at the other cultures and stuff, they protect their women. They protect their women. But the black man, not all, majority of them bitches though, do not protect the black women. So what do we have to do? Protect ourselves. So what happens? We get in our masculine energy. I did not start off with that, right? The masculine energy. You need to be in the what? Feminine energy. Right? So we tend to get in our masculine energy because somebody got to protect us. So now that masculine energy comes through as anger, or it comes, anger. Because didn't it say that right here? It comes through as anger, or it comes through as something else that's deemed unworthy because we done got ghetto or whatever the fuck else they want to motherfucking say. I'm fucking it. Okay? Because we don't get to sit in that. We don't get to sit in that. So, whether you are black or you are white or you are whatever the fuck else exists out there in this motherfucking world, okay? Take that as an example, basically. When you don't feel protected, you have to protect yourself. When you don't feel that, life is fair, you try to make life fair, even if you don't understand it. But I feel like from your childhood, you weren't in the perfect position to understand, right? You weren't in the perfect position to understand because you couldn't fully understand. You're a child. You don't see all that's going on. Your parents don't fill you in on everything, right? Even if they talked a lot, you don't know everything. And even if you did know everything, you couldn't understand exactly what was happening. So the way that you learned it was not the proper way. What you experienced was not exactly what you needed to experience. Which is why we keep coming back to this, and Spirit is saying it's going to keep occurring until you allow yourself to experience it. Experience love, right? Want to, I'm going to go back to the black thing real quick, but take how my fuck resonate. Nope. I'm going to stay where I'm at. Fuck that. You may not want to step outside your race when it comes to love, but some of y'all may need to step outside your race when it comes to love. Otherwise, you will never allow yourself to experience love. Let's just say you won't experience love with the same race, right? Somebody with the same religion. So if you're going to be picky about it because, I was raised Muslim or whatnot. I was raised Christian. I was raised whatever the fuck else, okay? Or I was raised in a black household, or I was raised in a white household. But then you're sitting here wondering, why don't I have my soulmate? Why can't I be happy, right? My parents always wanted me to be a doctor. So I got to be a doctor, right? But I'm not making enough money. I'm still paying these student loans. I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep occurring because you won't do what makes you happy. You won't allow yourself to simply love the way that you need to be loved. Or gain the way that you need to gain. You won't allow yourself to do it. And at what point, Taurus, do you stop and be like, I don't give a fuck. Love is love. My passion is my passion. Okay, whether they believe in it or not. It's not for them. It's for me. Or whatever other love language, okay? Let's move on because we've really been here too long. So, Where is this directing you to, Taurus? This will soon manifest, Taurus. You know what's directing you to? To experience it finally. You're going to allow yourself to experience it, whether you like it or not. You are about to allow yourself to finally experience the enjoyment of your money. So you're not just working to work, you're going to go experience that money, right? Because some of y'all are making the money you want to make. You're not, where are your vacations at? Where are your vacations at? Some of you guys are dating the hell out of men and women, but you're not choosing. You're not choosing. You know you have a favorite that really makes you happy that you would settle down with, but you have not settled down with. So you haven't really experienced love, right? Basically, Spirit is saying the direction you are headed into is basically experiencing. My sound cut out? It cut out now. Damn, what did I say? Y'all got a stop sign, okay? Because I'm surprised I even looked at that. You got to put them stop signs up if something happened. Because I really look at it. But y'all be thinking I'm looking at the comments. I see them popping up, but I'm really staring at myself so I don't get distracted. Okay, but you're basically about to experience. I forgot what I was saying. But you're about to experience what you're being directed to experience. Okay, hold on. Angel of guidance. A renewed sense of direction and purpose will soon manifest. It's good now. We good. I know. Okay, cool. Yeah, so angel of guidance, a renewed sense of direction and purpose will soon manifest. So basically, what Spirit is saying, you're about to experience what you never allowed yourself to experience. So if you had issues with money, you're about to experience it. You're about to allow yourself to experience it. So, for instance, um, you work too many hours and you never get to enjoy your money. You're about to enjoy it, right? You're about to take a vacation, whether you like it or not. Spirit about to force your hand to experience that vacation. I gotta force your hand into being open. Think about this. If Spirit really wants to set me up, I just need a yes, if anything. No? You can't hear me? No, what the fuck going on? Hold on. I'm gonna forget. I don't want to do a part two. Is buffering though? I'm gonna forget. I promise you I will. I'm back. I need enough of y'all to tell me that I'm back. And then I'll start. I'm back. Okay. All right. So, if Spirit wants to bring love into my life, because remember what I said, my love language is quality time, but what do I tend to do? The opposite, detach. So I don't have a problem with meeting people, but I have a problem with connecting, right? Something long term. I want to allow myself to have something long term. So I go to ghosting or detaching for the moment and coming back, right? I am who I talk about in those readings where the toxic people, maybe even narcissistic a little bit, end up coming into your life and then they end up leaving out of your life and they come back in and be like, hey, what's good? And they love you so good and then they ditch your ass. That's me. Sorry. But that's me and I can own it. I can own that bullshit. That's me. So, sorry. But I do be limiting myself though. So I haven't hurt every man in the world though. But either way, if spirit wants to get my attention, like if spirit is basically spirit's gonna have to force my hand when it comes to a guy in my life, right? You're gonna have to have not only somebody with my personality traits, right? My characteristics, also